fantasies, kind of, but for people. And they turn into this empty man. And they all act really strange, but they act similar. And the government is trying to cull them all and trying to gather them and just kill them so the disease doesn't spread. It's a very surreal and interesting book, and the art is very, very unique. Yeah, it's like super cool, and you can see like there's writing on the walls, and it's just like not quite watercolor, but it might actually be just watercolor. It's very, very cool. And here's another cover. It's a Virgin cover for it. That's the triangle I used to use. I love this cover. Care, I've never heard of this person. Green Arrow number 46. Keeping sealed. Yeah, you can read it. I don't care. It should be good. I mean, I read it. It was good. I'm ready for number 2. I think it's only going to be a couple issues, though. It's just a cool cover. I don't typically like Green Arrow, but if I had to pick a non-Justice League character of DC, it would probably be him over like kind of everyone else. He's like a regular dude, but he's got cool arrows. We've got the midnight release variant for Green Lantern number 1. It's written by not Jeff Johns, I always say Jeff Johns. Grant Morrison. Not Jeff Johns. We kind of see a little teaser in the back of this about what's to come. We're not quite sure what's going on with Hal, but something's going on with the Green Lanterns. I'm just sick of Hal Jordan, you know. Every Green Lantern book, with the exception of the Green Lanterns, which just ended, that had Jessica Cruz and that other guy that no one cares about. Like, John Stewart is sort of back in the Justice League. I want him back in the Green Lantern title. Not Al Jordan. He's overdone. It's a sweet cover B for Justice League number 9. Number 11, sorry. It kind of looks like this bubble. This bubble is the shark's eyeball. Looks just like super derpy. It's not his eyeball, but it looks like it. And Aquaman's kind of like, this is like a more of a Jason Momoa. Aquaman, it's even got like the gash that he has on his eyebrow. It's pretty funny. Hey, Paulina, that's her actual name. How do you say this word? Let's see if you guys can see that. Her last name. Kendushu. I don't fucking know. It's Doctor Who 13th Doctor number 1. I've never read a Doctor Who comic before this. It was pretty fun. I didn't see the first episode with her in it, though. Probably should. I also didn't watch the last season of Capaldi either. Like, way behind on Doctor Who. This is X-Men, or X-23. X-Men variant. It's number 6. It's a pretty sweet cover. No Jean Grey, though. She's the only X-Men that matters. Hey, there we go. Typhoid Fever X-Men variant cover. With Jean Grey. Your writing seems really off. Really? What makes you say that? Like I said, I've not seen it, so looks like this is a connecting variant. Because we got a spider foot. I'm not sure why there's a spider foot. I believe this is cover B for Blackbird number 2. This series kind of took me by surprise. I really love the colors. Like they keep this kind of theme throughout the whole book. There are like regular colors in it too. Like she's not actually pink. She looks like a human, but the colors in are good. It's kind of like they're trying to bring magic into it. Like magic really exists in this world, and this chick's trying to like figure out what's going on. It's pretty cool. I only got turned on to the book because Fiona Staples did a cover for the first one. Something about Chip knows already. He's the new showrunner. Oh, they got another one. My God. But too optimistic. There's no tension. Well, how far is the series in? Is it more than just that one episode? We've got a second printing. J. Scott Campbell's X-Men Black #1. Magneto. I think this is part 3 or 4. Episode 6. Oh shit. Whoops. I think I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like the companion. It's a reprint of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina #1. Archie Horror. I guess this is what they based the Netflix series on, which was fantastic, by the way. And if you can stomach the early episodes of teen angst and blah, you can get to like the dark, good shit. This came out a long time ago, but I just got a chance to get it. This is cover B for Lucifer #1. We've got 3 companions for some reason. One of them is really good, and the other 2 are just kind of there. What? I mean, Tennant had a couple at one time, right? He had a grandpa, the redhead, I think one other. Matt Smith had 2. This is a reprint #1 for Blackbird. This is another character that appears and like comes and kidnaps her sister, and she's like, I gotta get to the magic world to go find out what the fuck took my sister. Cause like this lion dragon thing. Pretty weird. Oh yes. From Atlanta Comics, or Alternate Comics, I always say Atlanta. For only $1.50. Blood Realm #2 of 3. This book is fan-fucking-tastic. It's my color theme. It's got pages of just art. It's got pages of just words. It's so horrific and abstract. I fucking love it. Different grandpa, obviously. He's the good one, the new grandpa. Maybe they're trying to mirror older things. She seems like she's a mix of yes, you do have to get your Dr. Variant. I forgot to remind you today. Now, for whatever reason, this variant costs more than the actual book MSRP. This is Punchline number 1. Super weird book. It's by Antarctic Press. Another very independent publisher. This chick has like superpowers, but she's dying. Meets this chick on a bench in like the middle of fucking nowhere, overlooking New York, on like a snowy day. And she's like, I'm dying. Let me give you my powers. And she's like, fuck life. I'm bored. So she takes her powers. But then she heals herself after she gives her powers. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. They kind of like rush through it. But by the end of the book, she's a superhero, so I don't know how I feel about it. But they definitely tried to make a new superhero. Or like a young adult gets superpowers. What do they do with these superpowers kind of book? I don't know if I'm going to continue it, but I'll read number 2. For dialogue is about hope and love. Do you wish it was about despair and death? As the Doctor. Batman cover was pretty sick. Gotta grab more. Alright, we've got The Walking Dead 185. This is the 15th anniversary cover for Jesus, if you couldn't tell. The character Jesus. This book actually comes with both this and the regular cover. Come with the first Outpost Zero. So it's 2 books in 1. Which is interesting to me. I've never seen that. They just put like a whole other book inside of it. It's Guardians of the Galaxy number 3. The Undead God of Thunder. Infinity Wars. Look at from the show rather than the comic. Most of the 15th anniversary covers they've done have been skewed towards the show. Like the Michonne one was just fucking Michonne from the show. The Rick one was definitely from the comic. Governor could have been either. Angela was kind of a little bit of both. Glenn was from the books. Maggie, I think, was also from the show. They've like, it's definitely skewed more towards the show. You know, because those are more iconic. But the Negan one, I think it's January, is the Negan one. That's him from the comics. 100%. Death of the Inhumans, number 5. So there's only 2 things good about the Inhumans, in my opinion. Medusa and Lockjaw. And Lockjaw's dead. Or is he? I have to read and find out. Negan's the fucking best. I'll come back in a month or 2. I'll be showing it off. It's like a red cover too. Here for the tingle, stay thirsty. What's up? It's just like red Negan. It's pretty cool. Okay, we've got Infinity Wars number 5. This series is almost over, right? It's supposed to be a 6-issue limited series. So there's only 1 more left. But there's a million tie-in books. This art is just fantastic. There's so many lights and darks. It's so good. There's a new series written by Donny Cates. Donny Cates is on fire. I want him to write Batman. I think he'd write a fucking awesome Batman. Is that a Hydra symbol? Nope, that's a dick. Yeah, I heard about Stanley. Stay Thirst. We talked about him a little bit before. It's sad, but you know, it's life. Which sucks. I thought that man was gonna live forever. He's 95. He had a good run. I mean, if you want to talk about it, I'll continue to talk about it. Stanley was a big, big figurehead in the comic book industry, and created some of the comics, or some of the characters that were in Marvel Knights. So, we've got Spider-Geddon #3. Tons of different spiders here. Let's see. My favorite might be the Wild West Spider-Man, or the Japanese mech, like Japanese Gundam Spider-Man. Yeah, I kind of wish that I would have gotten something signed by him, but yeah, I'm not one for waiting in line for a couple hours, but for a signature, you know, for like a 2-second, like hi bye, but like that man created or helped create a lot of influential things, a lot of influential characters for me. You know, I remember watching the Excelsior show. I'm gonna butcher your name. I am sorry, man, but I don't speak Bat. I speak English. I'm sorry. Some characters I didn't know he created. Ooh, he had a hand in creating almost 150 characters. I remember watching that show on Sci-Fi, Excelsior, and it was like the most low-budget, shitty show. It was like a reality TV show. Oblivion. It was Oblivion. I'm sorry if I don't know them by name. It's like this show where they take these real people and they dress them up like they're their own comic superheroes, and they give them their own powers, and they use CG to make them have their superpowers. It was such a shitty show, and they like every week they vote someone off the island. Marquis of Death. Maybe if I saw a picture. Oh, okay. The purple dude. He's not purple, but you know, he's kind of purple. I didn't know he helped create him. The amount of men doing ASMR is too low. I agree. Taco Pilot, welcome. Hope everyone's having a good night. We're just talking about Stan Lee and last week's comics, you know. Chaos King. You gotta remind me who that is. While my comic knowledge is vast, it is also limited because, you know, can't read everything. Moth and Whisper #3. I think I'm gonna stop reading this book. It's an Aftershock book. It's kind of interesting plot, but it's just not getting there for me. It's about this kid who's like a triple agent almost. And just like, I'd rather read Hitman, you know. These are OP-ass characters. Think of Fallout Shelter, yeah. There's a ton. Dago. Your studio had an all-hands type meeting sharing comics and media that Stanley created. That's awesome. What kind of studio, if you don't mind me asking? Dago is something I might recommend. his Twitch streams. It's Chicho Alive. He actually is the person who got me back into comic books with his ASMR videos on YouTube. He also streams on Twitch. There is Ephemeral Rift on YouTube, who got me into ASMR to begin with. Game Studio, nice. Ephemeral Rift, there's fucking Bob Ross. You know, obviously all of his videos are done because unfortunately he has passed away, but his videos are great and got me into painting. Alright, this is cover A for Punchline. This is Punchline's actual superhero outfit. ER is super good, Spotted T. He lives very, very close to me, and I've always wanted to run into him, but sadly have not. ASMR Nerd is also really cool. There's not that many male ASMR artists. It's a dominated world. Gotta love Chicho, yeah. It's a female-dominated place, but on YouTube, I guess Twitch is female-dominated. For ASMR, YouTube has a good mix. This is Batman 58, Discover A. I don't like this penguin as much as I do the alternate art one. Chicho is happy about everything. Did he play ASMR Forza Horizon? That'd be interesting. Here we got number 3 at Border Town. I stopped reading Border Town. I like number 1. Number 2 was I read it. I wasn't too keen on it. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good, at least to me. Got number 3. It was pretty good. I'm glad that I got number 3. But I only got it because of the cover. I ended up liking it when I read it, but the cover's fucking sweet. These like pink skeletons. It's like very, I don't know. It seems like Dungeons and Dragons kind of. Skeletons have these like weird tongues. This reminds me of D&D. Next up we've got The Curse of Brimstone, number 8. They're watching, they're waiting, they're hungry. This is DC's Ghost Rider. He's pretty cool. Written by Justin Jordan. He's a fantastic guy. This issue of The Dreaming was a lot to digest. Number 3, it involves this guy named, I'm pretty sure he's just called The Judge. Like weird stuff in the vein of ER. Yes, I can never pronounce his name, so I didn't mention him. But he's really good. He's like very, I don't know, he doesn't get the views that he deserves. There's also Dr. T or Dr. Tingles, whatever his actual name is for YouTube. But Terrar is pretty good. He's like very creative with the things that he does. He does a lot of RP. But this streaming book has been fantastic. I had to reread this because it's just a lot to digest in one comic book, which isn't really a bad thing. And this is cover B. Death of Inhumans number 5. In memoriam of Lockjaw, died in the service of his family. Poor pupper. Or is he dead? this Jean Grey outfit has grown on me. When they first announced this outfit of the concept art for the outfit, I wasn't very happy about it. Watching his videos like ER is trying to work out what the hell the video's about. Yeah, there's always some deeper meaning, and it's like, I'm trying to go to sleep, man. I don't want to think. Then you end up watching it the next day when you're awake. Just watching ASMR all the time. It's X-Men Red number 10. This is, I think her name's Jenny Frison. She did the Wonder Woman cover we talked about earlier. She's doing the next couple of X-Men Red covers. Her art is just fantastic. It's got this like lightness to it. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what medium she works with. It's gotta be digital, but it's pretty sweet. This is the cover A for Doctor Who 13th Doctor, number 1. I like the other cover better, honestly. This is cover A of Empty Man. We worship at the altar of the empty man. Spooky. What's it say? It's hard to read. A disease. That's it. Super creepy. Colin Bunn is such a great horror writer for comics. Beneath the Dark Crystal number 4. Now unfortunately I didn't get the subscription variant for this one because we got shorted the amount that we ordered. And I ended up giving it to a person I work with because I've been getting all the other ones. So I figured I'd be nice. But I really want it. It's got like a parchment background with all the bird people. It looks like really gothic and kind of steampunky. But this takes place before the original Dark Crystal stuff. So it's a 12-part series. It's a lot of content. We still got more books after this. Holy shit. It's Walking Dead 185. Being nice is dumb and overrated. Maybe. Keep the cool comics for yourself. I'm not really liking what they're doing with The Walking Dead right now. The comic book. They're just in between arcs. There's nothing exciting happening. Each book is its own story, and nothing's really happening. Last little stack. Green Lantern's number 1. It's a regular cover for Green Lantern. Again, Graham Morrison, fantastic writer. Was he the writer for the Green Lantern movie, or was that Jeff Johns? These are the whole streamers switching after comics. I gotta switch after comics. Not sure what though. We should do a top streamers. I mean, after so long, Zombie Apocalypse just gets boring, you know. Some days you're just trying to find a safe place to be. That's all. I don't think they've ever addressed that. I don't know if anywhere in the comic book I've seen them like deal with not having toilet paper. I don't want to think about it. Imagine you just get like a rag. Hey, top streamers. So if you want to help support the stream other than just following, click that link. It's free, you don't have to make an account or anything dumb like that. Just like let the page load, like I've already done it. Just click it, let it load, and it votes for the channel and top streamers. It's a super cool place. person is there. And if they have more votes, it probably means that they're good to watch, you know? It goes for that for like any game. Like I used to find new streamers all the time for like games that I'm into at the time, because I never really like going to the most popular streamer, because they might not be the most community driven streamer, and top streamers helps like sort through that shit. Anyway, self-plugging done. This is Drowned Earth, part 2 of Drowned Earth. I missed part 1. It's Justice League number 11. Not really a fan of this composition, but we don't need to talk about that. Is that Jon Stewart? Yeah. Jon Stewart's around. Oh, Martian Manhunter's getting his own book soon. I think starting next month. No, January. Starting in January. 4:50 a.m. Probably go to bed. Get you one Chicho's next stream. You said there's one tomorrow, right? Hopefully I can stop by tomorrow. Yes, are normally during the day. At least for me. So most of the time I'm at work. So if it's particularly slow, I'll be able to catch it. But tomorrow I have off, so no excuse, right? I think I've got a resub coming up for him, so I'm one of his oldest subscribers. Because Chicho's fucking amazing. Anyway, Sideways, annual. Him and Superman. I'm not sure why. Each Sideways book that comes out, he becomes more and more like Spider-Man. He just looks like Spider-Man. Just in blue and white. With his hand like that. And his leg muscles. He's just Spider-Man with no webs. And tomorrow they go through his liquor cabinet. Nice. Nice. Suicide Squad, Black Files. It's a 6-part series. Each one I think is gonna be like almost like a one-shot, focusing on like 1 or 2 characters. This one focused on Katana a little bit. Webless Spider-Man is just a kid in a foot pajamas having hallucinations. I mean, basically, I don't know if you know anything about Sideways, but he can like tear a rift in reality and time and essentially jump from one place to another and teleport. That's a superpower. So he's like Spider-Man but without the webs. And he's a teenager in high school, you know. Relatable. Enjoy these streams more often though. I really enjoy this awesome spot. So next week, next Wednesday, a week from today, we'll be doing another painting. I try to keep that. How long do you commute? We're gonna keep painting is like soft spoken. It's not strictly ASMR, but it's soft spoken. We did one last Wednesday. We're gonna do one next week, and we're gonna flip flop with comic books every other week. That way, when we do comic books, we're not just done in 30 minutes. You know, we have almost 2 hours worth of content every other Wednesday with comic books, and about 3 hours of content when painting. I've got The Unexpected, number 6. Sin must die so Firebrand can live. This group of superheroes is kind of interesting. It's a cool new DC team. I'm not really one for team books because you don't ever get enough story of the one that you like, you know? But, it's okay. 30 minutes each way. That's not bad, but not ideal. It's very Bob Ross-esque painting. merch. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Exclamation point merch. But the new art got rejected by designed by humans. I had to email my artist to get me a new color version. See a spot, thanks for dropping by. To get me a new version of the new art with different colors, because apparently they rejected that color red that I had. I like set everything up and they emailed me like, hey, we can't do this, so change the red. And I was like, I want my stickers. This is cover A for Blackbird, number 2. It's a pretty sweet cover. It's that dragon lion thing on the front there. This is cover B. I think this is a Paulina Ganoush or whatever her actual fucking name is. Cover B for Crowded. It's like a female Hitman kind of deal. It's pretty sweet. Like a modern day social media written book. It's okay. We have Leviathan number 3. This book's sweet. It's kind of gruesome, but it's like an American kaiju book. It's kind of funny. It's like a very fun book, not too serious. Got Outer Darkness number 1. It's another outer space image book. This month, like every weekend, a different one, and it's all like, it's not the same, but like same themes. Something goes wrong in space, and there's aliens, and gotta fix it. Maybe I'm just generalizing too much, but this one was definitely low on the totem pole of good books for that week. Of course, Redlands, issue 8. This book is fantastic. Redlands has witches and swamp water, voodoo, and a bunch of cool shit. Each cover is pretty great too. I think the first cover was just like a sacrificed deer. It was like a sad, gruesome, and horrifying cover. This is fantastic. And the colors are great.